Chicago. Are we ready, Chicago? What are we doing right now?
Hold up. Hey. Go blue shirt. Go blue shirt.
Go blue shirt.
Go.
All right, y'all. Let's go.
Man. First off, we in Chicago. I ain't heard no Twister, no nothing. I don't know how y'all feel about R. Kelly, but I wanted to step in the name of love. I
definitely could have done a little
sorry.
Twister.
Before we get started, can I get a little Twister? Just a little.
That would go so low, but I want to do that.
Yeah, hey, listen. He gonna play a Twister song. Twist, that ain't. Y'all giving up Twister for Kanye?
No.
Children.
No.
You know, kids.
We need a little Twister.
Kids say the darndest things. Hold on, let me hear it. Okay.
Huh.
Do anybody know the words, though?
I don't know if this one played in Atlanta.
Don't nobody know? You don't know these words? All right, give me something else. With
Maybe
Twister.
one of his features.
Some people going no. Fine, you got your little Kanye, okay? Do you know the words? You know Twister part? Auntie, you know Twister part? You don't know? But if she'd have grabbed that mic, hold on, cut that off.
Ashley know the words.
Cut that off.
You know the words?
Yo, if Auntie would have grabbed this mic and spit. All right, come on, let's get started. Can we get to work?
We can get to work.
Let's get to work.
We came to work.
Chicago, what's happening? Good. All right, we're here. We got any entrepreneurs in the building? Cool. We got any six-figure entrepreneurs in the building?
Do we have any seven-figure entrepreneurs in the building? Okay. The whole back of the room's like, what's up? What's good?
Hold on, all y'all that scream y'all's at 7? Who screamed inappropriately? Tell the truth. Be honest.
One more time. Raise your hands up high, six-figure. We just want to know what we're talking about today. Six figures.
I like that.
Raise your hand up high, seven-figure income earner. 7, going once and a half. Maybe two.
Now,
we got two.
hold on. All the people that yelled at 7 figures, then we had 3 hands go up. Y'all just
out here manifesting.
We got any 8?
8-figure entrepreneurs?
8?
Got any zero figure?
0 figure.
Trying to figure it out?
Trying to figure it out.
Any trying to figure it outers in here? Yes. We love it.
We are so happy to be here, man. We want to say thank you for all the support of Melanin Money Podcast. We want to say thank you for all the support of Social Proof Podcast. There's a lot of podcasts that you can listen to. There's a lot of entrepreneurs that you can listen to. But we really, really want to say thank you. Not only for listening in your own home, but you guys decided to come out of your house. And please give yourselves a round of applause for that.
And from what I understand, we're really far from like Chicago.
This ain't the Chi?
This ain't the Chi. I had 2 people tell me like, why y'all all the way out here?
Really? This ain't the Keith Sheep.
We're on the north side.
Sheep Keith?
Okay, so next time we need to be on the south side. Is the south side the side that makes the news all the time? We're in the right area. We're in the right neighborhood.
Oh my gosh. I love it here, man. So we're about it.
Bronzeville. Lauren, that's what I was talking about, Bronzeville. Yeah.
That's south side? Sound like it. Throwing up gang signs. You threw one up. I was like, goodness gracious, chill out.
Be careful with those hands in Chicago. No, they don't play like that out here.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're going to start the podcast the way we start the podcast, okay? And when we say welcome to another edition of Social Proof Podcast, we're going to say we're live in Chicago. We need y'all to make some noise, okay? Okay? All right, let's try it.
Welcome to another edition of, or another episode of the Social Proof Podcast. We are live from Chicago.
in the building. Goodness gracious.
The room is lit.
Yeah, it's
the
up.
room is lit.
It's up. We typically, and me and Donni, we were trying to figure out, what are we going to talk about today? Because we never know. And we came in here and we just kind of saw all the energy and the love in the room. Did y'all feel that? Yeah. Is there a lot of networking events out here in Chicago? No?
Not this deep, not this big.
Why not, though? You came from Virginia?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Give
us a round of applause. Thank you.
Let's go. Did anybody come further than Virginia? Arizona. Okay, that's far. Anybody come further? She put her hand down.
Whoa, hold on. You came from Arizona to come here, or you just happened to be in town? You had some family. Give her a round of applause.
Let's go. One more. Who else traveled? Raise your hand if you traveled to be here. Just shout it out. Where'd y'all come from? Indianapolis.
Y'all came together?
Detroit is in the building.
Cali? Okay. What part of Cali? LA.
Let's go. And back here, what about you guys? You raised your hand. Kentucky. Let's go.
I'll just shout out real quick. Did you come to see me or Donni?
Yeah!
Didn't expect that answer.
Wasn't expecting it to go there, but I appreciate you guys so much.
It was a joke, man.
It was, but they were being for serious.
Goodness gracious. Question
in full
for
transparency.
Question for you. Why doesn't this happen more often in your city?
Gatekeeping?
No.
Fear?
Gatekeeping is the answer?
I don't think gatekeeping is the answer.
Explain that, please. Can we get her a microphone? You're not going to shout it out. You got to defend your answer.
Is Byron in the room? Where's Byron? Is he in here?
Huh? I know, but we need it for the recording. Southside, I know. They don't follow no directions. You know what I mean? Just get a mic. You know what I mean? I'm interested in that answer, but what else? What's the other reason? Fear, ego.
I feel like it's safety.
Is the mic on?
Okay.
It ain't safe.
Let me hear this gatekeeping answer.
I guess when I say gatekeeping, and you think about a lot of people in Chicago who are successful, they don't create spaces for other mutuals to be in, or that's about all I got. But yeah, they just don't make spaces for us to be in like this. They're never really productive, or if they are, it's amongst people who are already successful. And a lot of our things get shut down a lot in Chicago too when we do try and do that. So I'm specifically in the cannabis industry, and a lot of that shit do not be popping. So
they're getting shut down because of safety. We're back there.
I mean,
Chicago ain't no worse than Atlanta.
No.
But we do have a very police city.
I was trying to help y'all.
But I wouldn't say safety, but it is a very policed city. Like, the cops do be ready to
Okay, all right,
shut it down.
that's cool. Give me one more reason why there's not this happening in your city. Go ahead.
Specifically for podcasting?
No, period. Just a gathering of beautiful
There's
people.
always networking events in Chicago. Yeah. That's why I thought you were specifically talking about podcasting. Okay, because I don't think anyone has honed in on being the king of or queen of podcasting. That's why podcasting isn't as popular as far as hosting events. But there's always networking events. I'm in the real estate industry. We own a real estate firm. So there's always opportunities for real estate networking. I think there's always networking in general. There's amazing event venues in Chicago.
We had a whole conversation where the stuff that y'all shouted out, whether it was fear or gatekeeping and all that kind of stuff, I was under the impression that there's not a lot of gatherings like this on a regular basis. There are? There are not, or they are?
Raise your hand if there are.
A lot of events.
A lot of events. Okay, raise your hands if you feel like there are not a lot of events. Okay. Okay, talk to me. Let me get that mic right there. Let's get the mic. Yeah.
So this is common in most places where there are black people that are trying to be upwardly mobile. It's access to information. So if you don't have the appropriate network, you don't know the right people or the right access, you might not know that it's going on. Even if it is going on, it might be industry specific. It might be something that you're not interested in, or you just don't know what it is because it's not properly marketed. So it's not necessarily that these things aren't happening. It's what's common in all of our community. Like, it's a common theme, access to information. If you don't have the access to the information, you're not going to know that it's going on.
How many people have thought about doing an event and you didn't? Now we can ask another question. Why not? Fear. Yeah.
Why not, Ashley?
Location.
Being in Chicago?
Or to find the right venue. It's really hard.
We can't hear you.
Yeah. We're going to have to get this mic moving. However, just raise your hand if you think it was like fear. You wanted to do an event, but you didn't because you were afraid of something. Raise your hand. No? Okay. Go ahead.
It's definitely location, finding the right venue for what you do, for
Okay.
the business that you have. I deal with sweets and chocolate and candy, and most venues don't allow that in their establishment.
Most venues don't allow sweets and candy in their establishment?
Nope.
Why not, though?
Messy, outside food, things like that. So I would actually have courses
because they
for
offer
different.
food and dessert. They want you to use their
So there's none that will let you do it?
I won't say none, but majority will not, no.
But if the reason is we're not doing it because there's not a venue, but there are venues, there's not really a valid excuse. It's got to be something else. I got one. Am I right? Okay, let's put it over there. Listen. I am real big in examining the answers that we give ourselves, because whatever reason you came up with, it's just a reason that holds you back, but it doesn't hold me back. It doesn't hold Donni back. It's something that holds you back. It's not real. It's not a real thing. Go ahead. What you got?
Yeah, I'll say about 10 years ago, I was like a big networker here. You know one of my boys too, Dave, Kevin Harris. Me and him, we did a lot of networking. And during that time, you could say that we're going to have this event on 63rd Street. You ain't doing no event on 63rd Street no more. And then, if anything, it's because it's so much stuff. Like Donni said earlier, these are the areas that are always on the news. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be very careful when you choose to have an event these days, because people are seriously scared to risk of a drive-by because they're watching the news and everybody's terrified.
What about 65th Street?
65th Street too. Same thing. You know, so
There got to be another street somewhere.
oh man, bro. So you know,
Okay, example. Listen.
What street are we on right now?
Here's a crazy thing. Here's the crazy thing. Who was scared to come out here tonight?
nobody.
So
We're not
why
scared.
not come out here?
Well, myself, I didn't even know about this location.
Yeah.
Well, not even this location specifically.
But the area.
Why not come to an area where those things aren't happening?
Even we live downtown. We live in the heart of downtown Chicago, and even downtown is certain places where you just don't want to be after a certain time. You know, so man, it ain't no joke out here.
I got you. But my point is, here's the thing. Okay, hold up. You got a bulletproof vest on? No? Y'all good? So whatever. Who said yes? You got it on right now? Whatever excuse you come up with in your head for the reason you can't do something is going to be real, but only to you. It's not reality. There's always a fear. One of my favorite stories, I was watching this movie from, who made Jaws? Was it Steven Spielberg? So he started telling this story about how they had like this mechanical fish, like this mechanical like shark. And he said something happened during recording and it broke. It stopped working. So they had to improvise. So what they did was they got like this little motor and they pulled, it was underneath, and it was like these little boxes, like these little crates. They set it up to where it seemed like the shark had these little boxes or crates floating on the water, and that's how you knew where the shark was. And they'll play the music, do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do, do-do-do, and you see the boxes, right? But you don't see the shark. It's just a motor moving it along. And they found out that the movie is scarier if you don't see the thing that you're supposed to be afraid of. As soon as you see the shark, it's like, oh, that's a shark. I know how to manage that. Oh, I'll stab it. I'll punch it in the face. I'll run away from it. But if you can't see the thing, it's a lot scarier. most of the thing that you're afraid of, you haven't even seen ever. You're afraid to do your first event because you think nobody's going to show up, but you've never done an event where nobody showed up. And if you did do an event that nobody showed up, you realize you didn't die. So, I mean, give me another excuse for sure why you haven't done an event, and we'll talk about it. Who's not? You? Let's do it. Sounds like you got a good one.
I don't have an excuse.
Okay.
But I have done multiple events in Chicago. Yeah. Some were great, and some I fell on my face.
Yeah.
And only a couple people showed up. No, I did not die. But I think the key is it's marketing. It's marketing. It's not necessarily the location. We were on 87th Street. Okay. Come on. It's not about location. It's about getting your message and getting the information to the right people. As for entrepreneurial events that are just like overall, I don't see many of those. There are a lot of industry specific, yes, but I don't see a lot of like, hey, let's just all get together, no matter what industry, come through. So,
anybody else? Anybody got a good reason?
Also,
we're
looking for reasons right now.
A good one?
Chicago is a really real estate based city, so they have a lot of the specifics. But also to say safety is an issue.
When you say real estate based, what do you mean?
So investing in real estate, Chicago is a real estate city. This is where people come to make money as far as multimillionaires. It's in a real estate space.
I thought it was like popcorn.
No. Who told you that?
Y'all got Chicago popcorn?
What? That is not where we make our money.
Got some good popcorn.
We have good popcorn, but that is not where we make our money. And also to just say safety and say 63rd Street, but yet we all would complain about services not being in our areas. You can't say that if you're not throwing the events in your area.
Okay, so what is the problem? We're looking for the problem. I know everybody wants the mic, but what is the problem?
It is fear, and it's people not wanting to come together and work together because someone's going to be bigger than another person. So it's ego.
Ego? I'll give him the mic real quick because he was asking. We'll come right back to you.
So it's ego. Everybody, especially in the cities, but in a lot of inner cities and even in our culture. So that's why you hear a lot of back and forth. Culturally, we are very egotistical. If
when you say we, who are you talking about?
Us as black people. You want to be specific?
Black people in Chicago?
No, black people.
Okay.
Black
so
people. So
y'all's ego here in Chicago amongst the black people is different than the ego in Atlanta amongst the black people?
No, it's the same. It's the same.
Okay.
We have an ego because I don't want to make this just a Chicago thing. No, we really have an ego problem. We believe I don't want to share my information with this brother because I think he's going to be better than me. I don't want to share
Where do you get that from?
We've been culturally impacted. This is how
No. I'm asking where you got that idea from, that notion from.
That notion? I watched it. Growing up here, if you want to make it here, growing up here, I've watched a brother not tell me how he made money because he thought, oh, the moment this brother makes it.
So you watched a brother do that, and that becomes your reality.
Okay. I can give you that one.
One person out of 8 billion people, and you say, this is how we are. You understand what I'm saying? Like the things that we come up with in our head are real only to us. Because believe it or not, there's somebody, I don't know who it is, but there's somebody in Chicago who had a totally different experience. And you're like, nah, we show love in Chicago. We had any experiences here in Chicago, or is everybody here in Chicago under the belief that nobody wants to share information with nobody? You understand? Yes.
Y'all hear me? Hi, my name is Veronica. Thank you all for having me here. We have a networking event that we host once a month with different type of entrepreneurs that's willing to share information and help other people. So I can pass that information out. We have one on the 21st. Y'all are more than welcome to come and share the information with us. But we got the idea from Dave. From the morning meetup.
Let me interject real quick. I'm hearing a lot right now, and I haven't heard one valid excuse yet as to why you guys aren't popping in terms of events. Now, somebody said, we have a ton of events, but it doesn't seem like the rest of the room feel that way. And I think no matter what street you're on, no matter who has been trying to gatekeep, like, there are streets in Atlanta, there are whole zip codes in Georgia that you don't want to drive in, let alone do an event in. We literally just purchased an entire building for some reason in that very same zip code, right?
In Young Thug's hood, for real.
In Young Thug's real hood, right? Oh. There are going to be people who gatekeep information in our city, just like they do here. There are people who don't want to be the first to start anything in our city, just like there is here. The difference, though, are you guys familiar with like the entrepreneurship circle and kind of movement that we've created in Atlanta that we're a part of? The difference is that we don't buy into those excuses, right? If you don't like your street, do it on another street. If they won't do suites in that building, let's find a building that will. If this person is gatekeeping, let's go find the people who want to share the information. The reason that you guys are not networking the way you should be networking here in this room is because of you. It's because of something that's connected to a thought or an experience. It's something connected to a past experience or some thought of what somebody told you would happen if you do a thing. You are in this room right now, and we want to make sure that you maximize this experience, because it sounds like there's a problem in your head, but it doesn't sound like the problem is real. Now, you want to do some events? You want to have some networking? We're going to suggest that you start right here in this room. There are about 100, maybe more people in this room that came for information, but let me tell you why they came. They came because it's us. They came because it's George and Carter. They came because it's Donni and David. If Keisha, raise your hand. Is there a Keisha in the room? I just threw that out there. Do you love me?
Hold on. You just assumed there was a Keisha in the room?
Keisha.
That is racist.
Is there...
In Chicago, it got to be a Keisha.
Is there a Brian in the room? Brian, stand up, Brian. If Brian throws his flyer out on the internet today, it is as important for you to purchase your VIP ticket to Brian's event as it is to the Social Proof and Melanin Money event. Yes? Yes. Because here's the thing, you guys. We get so excited to go to events and learn from the people who are on the stage, when really it's the people who are right next to you that are going to help you jump the furthest, move the furthest, push the needle along the furthest and the fastest in your particular business. It's nice to see these people who have created something online, and you want to be connected to that, and we're not saying don't do that. But what I am saying is don't overlook the people that you have right next door to you in your neighborhood, in your high-rise, in your brownstone, wherever it is that you are. Don't overlook these people, and let's just say, hey, you want to do an event? What's the purpose of the event? What are we going to teach somebody? What's the result that we want somebody to have? Who in here wants to do an event? Raise your hands high if you want to do an event. Okay, put your hands down. Who in here enjoys attending events? The people whose hands are not raised, why are you here? Who are the people in the room that enjoy attending events? And he in the button down like, I'm firm on mine, I don't.
How many people your wife or your husband brought you and you really didn't want to go, and they were just like, yo, we going? No? You're not going to raise your hand, right?
Why are you here?
To learn.
You don't like events, though?
I mean, there are some people that are introverted and they don't like being around humans like that.
Well, introverted at an event is like, I'm going to go, but I'm not going to talk to anybody. But I will be in the room. And so that's a major component. Like, you have to decide, number one, you have to dispel the idea that somebody in Chicago, in this whole entire city of Chicago, can't successfully take the lead and start doing some events. We got to dispel the idea that everybody is trying to hold us back. That's not true. Okay? We got to dispel the belief. Oh, you can sit down. I'm so sorry. You got to dispel the belief that our neighborhood is so dangerous. It is dangerous here. I'm very concerned that we got Chicago and Detroit in the room at the same time. But there are other streets. And we have to say, even if I don't want to speak up at the event, I'm going to attend the event, get the information, and maybe you'll learn to actually start speaking up. Oh, now the introvert got his hand raised. You want to say something? You want to say? Okay, well, we got a mic for him real quick. Let's do it real quick. Let's pass that mic like we have somewhere to be.
Yeah, so my name's Dion, and I really don't like dealing with people on a whole lot, but I'm a pastor, so I deal with people on a Sunday to
Wait
Sunday
a
basis.
minute.
It's different. It's different. It's different. It's
Pastor.
different. I can care for
You
your
just
soul.
wait one moment,
I can
okay?
care for your soul. I don't
Hold
like
your
small
horses.
talk.
You
I
don't
just
like dealing with
small
people.
talk. But let me give you my
you're a
my
pastor.
perspective.
Let him finish his statement.
Let
Hold
me give you
on.
my perspective. So growing up in Chicago, it's a very political city, and to the comment mentioned earlier about real estate, Chicago is on lock, especially when it comes to real estate, when it comes to business, when it comes to power. And so black persons in Chicago have never really had opportunities unless it was in the funeral business and a few other things. So there's a culture that's been established in the city that we don't have the opportunities. And then there's a lack of exposure. So I'm only here because I went to college with Cortland. So I have a connection. So I'm here because I see the impact and I know there's a lot to learn, but I don't necessarily need to come to an event to learn. I'm driven by myself. I invest in myself, YouTube University, but I'm willing to come out here. A lot of people don't have a plan, and so because they give into the myth that Chicago has given to the black community, we've believed it. We need the plan, and I think if we get the plan with enough investment, we can actually see some change.
Okay. All right. Huh? Yeah, I mean,
We're not scared. We're not scared, but
it's cool.
he had a lot of loaded statements in that statement.
And I was trying to figure out which one to talk about. But here's the thing. Let's talk about building a community. Cool? So I think one of the first things we have to decide is, do we want to be a leader of people? Anyone not want to be a leader of people? Okay. You are a leader of people. Who you be leading? The diaspora? It's the diaspora, man. You ain't leading the diaspora. Oh, my gosh. You see what's going on? Hey, how you going to lead the diaspora? It's not even said like that.
Have you ever been embarrassed for somebody?
The diaspora. Okay. All right. Okay, you're the leader of the people of the diaspora. It's cool. I'm not mad at that. We have to decide if we want to lead people or not. And this is not an easy task. It's not an easy decision. Being a leader of people it's full of responsibility. But you have to decide. It's just interesting that people say, I'm supposed to be doing something great. I know I'm called to be doing something great. I know my voice is supposed to be heard throughout the nation, but we just don't do anything. But I think first we just got to decide, are we going to lead people or not? I think one of the reasons that we don't have as many events as you like, whether it's general entrepreneurship, is because you just haven't started it yet. In 2011-ish, while I'm still working at the Cheesecake Factory, I'm building this t-shirt brand called Sleep is for Suckers, and it's geared towards entrepreneurship and people that's losing sleep doing what they love. And my philosophy was, if I can get around enough people that are all going in the same direction, not even people that are super up, I'm talking about just people that are going in the same direction, we could all become successful. So I got these videos from, of my house. My coworkers come into my house after work, and we're working on t-shirt concepts and t-shirt designs for the brand. Now, I did say I'm going to get a bottle. Okay, we're going to have some girls there cooking. That was just my way of getting people there. But I knew I had to get people around me. It wasn't this. It was like 4 of us. Some of my homegirls from work, some of my homeboys from work. We get together. I had one design, the logo. And I put the logo on the front and the logo on the back. That was the whole design. But I will plug my computer up to the TV, and I was using Photoshop, and I changed the shirt color from black to red and make the logo white and say, hey, what y'all think? And they were like, nah, yo, bro, here's what you do. Keep the white logo, but make it a green shirt. So I'll click the little green. What y'all think? They like, nah, take the green, make the logo instead of white, make it black. And this was the conversation on how I was building the brand, but I was started building a community. When I did my first fashion show, it was a fashion show in the club. Most of the models were, guess who? Strippers. No, man. Follow the story. It was my coworkers. My first models were my coworkers. We would go out. It was a young lady named Kayla. She worked at DTLR, and she had this camera. She's like, oh, I'm going to be a photographer. Saved the money, got a camera. And then I got out, a couple of my coworkers. We did our first photo shoot in this area called Atlantic Station in Atlanta, and we got kicked out. But we got the pictures. I have the videos to prove it. But that was me having an idea, saying, look, I need to get some people together. Not 100, not 1,000. Who's coming with me? Y'all got some people that y'all can put in a room and say, let's just mastermind? Yes? Yes. We have the mic? Yes. We have the mic?
Here you go, Mama.
There you go.
Okay. I have the community. I have the people. How do I was just talking to Cleo about this. How do I get the people to want to do the work for themselves? If I'm leading the people, I cannot even go further because I have to keep coming to, you had the photographer with the camera. And she was like, oh, we're going to take the pictures. But I cannot even do the event because I'm like, Cleo, you remember you got the camera. This your time, girl. This your time right now. Like, how do I get her to do the work? See, even in my business, I will do this Saturday coming up. We do small business Saturdays. We have like a market of entrepreneurs. But I got to tell you, why is your logo not in on time so it can meet the flyer? Why are you not promoting this with me? Like, they like, oh, well, you got that many followers. No, but we both this need to be a mutual beneficial thing. So that's why I throw events. I don't care to, but it's because my issue is getting the people to do the work, not just me doing all the work.
All right, so the thing about there's a few layers to this, okay? One, we cannot drag everybody along with us. Say this out loud. I cannot drag everybody with me. When you are an eagerly ambitious person, you want everybody around you to be equally ambitious. You want everybody, you see the potential in people and you're like, but if you just do it, I know that you could be something. I know that you could fix your situation. I know what you're capable of. And that might be true for that person, just not on your timeline, right? Not on your timeline. So the first thing that you have to understand is you simply can't drag everybody along with you. But if you really want to move a group of people or an individual, you become first. And I know that was first on your list, but it fit here. You become something first. It's really, really difficult to convince people to do something that you see in them unless you've done something at a very high level. So as I'm moving throughout my own entrepreneurship journey, I'm trying to tell people that are close to me, like, hey, you really should start this business. You should really do this thing. And it even caused some rift in some of my friendships because I am friends with amazingly smart, qualified, capable people. And I'm moving, I'm progressing, I'm moving up. And now I'm getting further and further and further and further away from these day one connections because it's not that I feel like I'm better than them, but I've developed this frustration, this resentment. Like, if I'm doing it, why aren't you doing it? If I'm doing it, why can't you do it? I had to understand, number one, I hadn't done enough. And with those particular friends, we always have these ideas. You ever talk to somebody all the time and every time you run into them, it's like, girl, we need to do this. Guy, we need to partner in this. We're going to partner. Let's do something. No, for real. This time when we get to this time, we're going to do it. Well, the people who are closest to you have been so closely connected to your journey. They know how you stop and start. They know some of your guilty pleasures. They know you're up and down on the journey. So they feel justified. They feel validated, right? So you have to move and elevate at such a far enough pace and put enough distance as to where now they're admiring you. And every time they're in your energy, in your circle, they're uncomfortable. They're uncomfortable because it forces them to look at themselves like, oh man, if Donni comes around, she's going to be wanting to talk about what I've accomplished. If Donni comes around, she's going to be updating us with a new idea or a new goal. If Donni comes around, well, you become that friend that when you come around, it makes people want to be better. We can't always just tell people, this is what you should be doing. People don't listen. You don't listen. There's somebody you're not listening to, right? People don't listen. You be better, and by your actions, you help people to become what they want to become. And you just remain available as a resource. But you will lose friendships trying to force somebody. We've both got really close friends that we've tried to nudge. And it really does create this resentment. And we end up spending time like this in spaces trying to figure out, why can't I get my friend? And that's not even really what you want to be learning here, right? And let's just stop partnering with the wrong people. Sometimes you become so desperate to move an idea along that you'll partner with whoever is available to discuss it with you. And that person had all kinds of red flags out of the gate. They had all kinds of red flags from day one. They showed up to the meetings late. They never had any ideas to contribute. They want you to do all this work, but they don't want to do anything. And you want to do something that requires an investment with this person. You want them to market. You want them. And in your case, in so many other cases, you have to partner with people based on what they bring to the table. Okay? So I can't partner with certain people if I need marketing. If I need someone to partner with and I want them to be responsible for promoting this event, well, that might not be their lane. They're not showing up on. So when have I ever seen them show up on social media marketing an event, promoting a flyer? My expectations are out of alignment. So maybe that person is the talent. Maybe that person is the person who just comes and performs the day of. They're not going to be the person to do the marketing. They're not going to be the person to negotiate the business behind the scenes. You have to also identify the skill set or the gift that those people bring to the table, and then you can help people move them along, because people want to move along in what they're great at, not what you have assigned them.
You got to do the work. You just have to do the work. The girl that took the picture, you're like, oh, well, she was ambitious. No, she wasn't. I said, I'm about to go find a photographer. And she said, oh, I'll do it. I said, all right, come on. She knew that I was going to get one anyway. So I met Reese. Where you at, Reese? Where Reese at? He in the back. So how long have we been working together? About 2 years. I met Reese. He came just to hang out. He started recording with another person that was on my team. And he was like, yo, I just shoot videos. I don't edit them, right? That was the first thing he told me. He was like, I don't edit them. I just shoot. That's what I do. And he came along more and more. And I wasn't expecting Reese to shoot and edit my content. But because we're going to get this content shot and edited regardless, eventually he takes some of the footage that he shoots and starts editing it. Like, yo, what about this? I'm like, yo, that's dope. Now he does mad stuff. His growth has been incredible in the last 2 years. Obviously, we all still have some things we need to work on. I'm growing, he's growing. But he understands that we are going to get this thing done regardless. And I think if I'm moving in a direction, the whole team just got to keep up. If you don't keep up, you've got to go. If you do keep up, you'll continue to grow, and we'll continue to grow together. But I'm not under the mindset of that I need a team. I've never needed a team. Some of us are thinking we need to have a team. We got to find our team. I've never needed a team. I needed somebody that's going to do something for me. I need a person who's going to hit record. I'll just pay that person. You're not on my team. I'll just pay you. How much is it going to cost for you to make this flyer? You don't got to be on my team. I just need to make a flyer. If you don't make it, I'm making it. I used to set up the cameras, shoot the cameras, edit the footage, upload to YouTube, upload to the audio, promote it, pull my own clips. I did all of it. So nobody can tell me, like there was a guy that I was working with. He said, man, it's taking me 3 hours to edit this episode. I said, well, something's wrong with you then. So I told him, it don't take 3 hours. He said, no, you don't understand. No, you don't understand. I did it all myself, and I'll do it all myself right now. We need people. We need people. But there's not one person that you need. We all need people. Listen, if I said, yo, Donni, I ain't feeling you no more, I'm going to move to Australia, she's going to continue to grow. She doesn't need me. We work well together. But it's not like there's a reliance here, which is why we keep growing. So some of y'all are looking for your team. You're looking for somebody to do the stuff that you ain't willing to do. We work. So you're not going to be able to lead a group of people if you're not willing to do the work without them. You need to have 2-3 people that's coming together. Yo, I'm about to do this event. I'm about to get together. We're going to work on whatever we're working on. It might be 2 or 3 of y'all. And you watch it grow to 4, 5, 6. But here's the key. There's got to be some sort of noticeable growth out of this little gathering that you guys have. Because if you start building something, people are like, yo, I see what you're doing. You work. Oh, yeah, man, we get together every Wednesday. Oh, we work on it. We take this little time and we work. Oh, I want to come. That's how we started. Am I right?
I'm laughing because I am thinking back to, 2015, 2016? So you guys think David and I just got together for social proof. We've been working together, business partners, in some capacity since like 2015. And I remember when Dave and I met, ironically, at a networking event. Yep. We met at a it wasn't random. We met at a networking event. And I went to visit his T-shirt kiosk because he was selling T-shirts in the mall. And at that time, I was one of the leaders in the network marketing event. And I went to visit to support this little guy that I met at this networking event, right?
She's making more money than me at this time. Way more. I think my perception, though, was that I was making a lot of money.
You were making great money. You were making good money. So we talk and, I kind of sunned him. I'll be there. I'll come to your little kiosk and buy some T-shirts. Anyway, I go, and we end up talking for like 3 hours. And it was at that kiosk moment that we said we're going to do some work together. You know what we did? We immediately started planning doing some work together. So I remember being on the phone, and we're planning like this event for entrepreneurs, this Entrepreneurs Exchange, I think is what it's called. Entrepreneurs Exchange. It's an event that we wanted to do with just some entrepreneurs. And our very first goal was just to get 25 people in the room. We wanted to get 25 people in the room. I believe the tickets were like $20.
Probably 10.
Probably 10. It was like a $20 or so ticket, 25 people in the room. We didn't have a goal. All we knew is that we wanted to impact entrepreneurs. That's it. We didn't care about getting 500 people in the room. We didn't care about getting 100 people in the room. We wanted 20 people, 25 people who would listen to us, who would come in this room and we could walk around the table. And the most important thing for us at that time was we wanted to feel and touch everything. Like we wanted to be able to walk through the room and touch and look over your work and see what you were doing and actually have actionable results at the end of the day. That's how it started. And the David and Donni dynamic began to grow from one Entrepreneurs Exchange to another Entrepreneurs Exchange to another Entrepreneurs Exchange. And every single time we could fit it on our calendar, we didn't take 6 months to put those events together. We took like 6 hours. Every single time we both had availability on our calendars, like, what's up? You want to do an Entrepreneurs Exchange event tomorrow? Sure. We didn't have a team. We did everything for the first event. If we brought in a guest speaker, we found them. If there was a flyer to be made, I think we made the first flyer on Canva.
I made the flyer. No, I made it on Photoshop.
You did it on Photoshop?
Yeah.
We made the first flyers on Photoshop. We're setting up the cameras. We put our own mics on. David was over there doing the music while I'm on stage, and I'm like, we ready? We ready? I start the show. He turns the music down. He joins me on stage. One of the biggest reasons that we're not doing that in this community or in this circle is because we're afraid of having people see us at the beginning. You don't want people to see you starting. You don't want the room because you don't admire the room with just 25 qualified people in it. You want 100 people showing up for you. You want 500 people showing up for you. You want the videographer who's going to do the recap by the end of the event because that's what you saw. But that's what you see today. It's nowhere near where we started. And let me say this. If David and I had to set it up from scratch today on our own, we would.
Hey, first off, you was in your room. We did set this
Period.
up, okay? Like
Reese told me they did it. He didn't tell me that you did it.
I was there that first hour and a half, but then I left. Yo, and here's what's crazy. And
Reese.
I'm so excited. I'm so proud of them. So, first off, I'm coming a few hours early to set up cameras and stuff. It's just what I do, right? Because I used to do it myself. So I'm like, all right, well, we're going to do this, set the chairs up this way. And then I had to go take a call at 5. And I was like, Reese, I'm going to be going from 5 to 7, bro. Do you got it? He was like, yeah, man, what are you talking about? I said, Zell, I got to go. Okay, I got to take this call. Do y'all got it? He's like, yeah, we got it. No problem. He said, man, go take your call. We good. And that's really one of my first times of letting go and understanding they got it. So give them a round of applause, please.
Wait a minute. Don't discount the ladies because Brianna and Deja and Kay.
For sure.
We're moving some chairs in this thing too.
Yes. Okay. But my point in all of that was we like this, it don't take nothing to get it done. If like, okay, we can set it up for this event. I know that to set it up for this event, right? But I set it up in my living room when I'm shooting my own entrepreneurship one-on-one videos. Anybody ever been following me that long? You seen entrepreneurship one-on-one videos? You seen them? That was a camera on a tripod at a black whiteboard. Sounds weird, but it's a black board with neon markers. I set it up. I'm wearing like my shirt. I changed my outfits. Still wearing hoop shorts. You can't see the shorts. You know what I mean? But I set it up. I set my own mic up, and I'm recording my own content. Take the content and put it on. Here's the problem. You're measuring what you're going to do today against what you see here today. I'm in my one-bedroom apartment setting up my camera and my own mic, and I said, I'm going to figure this thing out. There's 3-4 people at my house that have a common goal of let's figure out how we can make some money in here. How can we all leave the Cheesecake Factory? There's 3 or 4 of us. But you don't want to do the 3 or 4 because you see 100 here. You understand? Why don't you just start something in your city? Here's what's cool too. If 4 of y'all just put together your own little group and y'all started growing, it's 10 of y'all all come together, it's 40 people in a room. But you don't want to start small. Let's just start practicing our influence. Why don't we? Let's just practice. Can you get a couple? You can get your friends to the club. And how hard do you try to convince them? Come on, we got the VIP section. I know the promoter.
If we get there before 11, we get in for free. You don't even have to have the VIP section to get a group. Girl, brunch. They got shrimp and grits.
Girl, that man keeps stressing you out. Come on, let's go. You don't need him. You that friend. Who that friend? Who that friend? She said, I am. Yep, I'm single. I don't want everybody.
If you are the friend that can get people to brunch, if you're the friend that can get people to brunch, you can get them to church, you can get them to come over for a day party at your home, you can get them at the rooftop, you can get an event going. Yeah. You can get something significant going, something that's going to move you further along the path. And David is absolutely right. Start with 2 of you. Practice. And then bring somebody else next time. Like, most people think I'm so extroverted, but I'm really an introvert. I'm an introverted extrovert.
Yeah, she's a blend.
I have my moments, right? I like to people when I like to people.
Can I tell them when I found out you was like that?
Tell them. I don't know. Are you telling me too?
I might have yeah. No, we talked about it. So this is a few years ago. And like the Donni that I know is, she on stage killing it. All the people, when she get on stage, she talking to everybody. I'm like, she's super extroverted. This is a few years ago. She's single at this point. And you single now? Never mind. Brother in the back like, no, let her answer. So one of my friends comes to my venue. And like we always talk about relationship stuff. And she's like, is he single? I'm like, I don't know, Donni. Ask him. You powerful. You a boss. She's like, I don't know. So we all start talking in this group, and Donni is sitting there like this. And I'm like, what's up? Where's the whole conversation about entrepreneurship and empowerment? Like social butterfly? As soon as we get away from that group, she's like, okay, just give me my number. I said, Donni Wiggins. That story ain't got nothing to do with nothing, but I wanted to tell you.
For the record, I don't remember that ever happening in life.
That one at the club, at the complex. We was outside.
Who was the guy?
You want to say it on the mic?
No.
I'll let him know.
Don't. Did I ever date him?
No, you didn't date him.
Is
but
he
you were
still
super
single?
shy. Maybe.
Anyway, so, gosh, that just made me lose my train of thought.
My bad.
Is he fine?
I don't know. What you mean? No, he's not.
No, seriously. Seriously. So I remember, like, I like being around who I like to be around. When I'm in environments like this, I'm a social butterfly. But I get exhausted really easy. So I'm going to be on. Like, after this, we're talking, we're chopping it up. As soon as I get back to the hotel, I'm like, oh, my God, I'm so glad this is over. Because talking a lot gives me anxiety in certain groups, right?
You remember this day.
I do remember that day. And he fine. David, it used to just be me and him. We're meeting, it's just us. We're planning things. We're doing business. And the events were always just like me and him are going to do something. And then I remember there's a time where he's like, hey, my friend such and such is going to come join us. Is that cool? And I'm like, yeah, sure, that's cool. And then the next time he's like, yo, I want to invite you over into this circle with these guys. Is that cool? I'm like, how many people? I'm really nervous to be around this many strangers where I have to, because sometimes the nervousness comes from you having to show that you have some value too. And some of you are afraid to display your value. You don't want to get into these rooms because you have to open up your mouth and talk to people who are doing things at a high level. And Dave is like dragging me into these rooms and rooms that I didn't feel like I needed to be in. Like, I make money. I'm fine. It's totally fine. I don't have to be in these rooms. And I start getting in these rooms and you find out how much more money you can actually be making. And now we're in these circles with people that used to, I didn't know them. I just didn't want to be around. If I'm being totally honest, I don't want to be around. I'm cool with me and my buddy right here, and we're doing what we do. But you're not going to grow as wild as your imagination, as big as your imagination, if you don't get into bigger rooms. If you're not doing this yourself, you should never let out-of-towners come to your city again and sell out an event before you start your first one. That's right.
Oh, we can clap that up.
And I'm not talking about you feeling like you have to sell out an event. This is an event. Yeah. What we doing? This is a mastermind right here. That's an event. Getting together, 4 people, sitting down, talking about the same idea and coming up with an end result, that's an event. I need y'all to do that next week.
So, does anybody have an idea as we're talking? You have an idea of getting together a small group of people? And it's not even for them. It's really for you. You need the community. Can you get 3 or 4 people together at a coffee shop? Answer the question. Yes. Raise your hand if you think you get 5 people together at a coffee shop. What about 10? Free, no money. Here's the hack. If you put people together, they don't have to pay anything, and you could do that on a regular basis, you became a leader, but 2, you've created value for yourself. So if I come to your city and I'm like, yo, I'm about to do this event, and you hit me like, yo, I got this small group of people. It's like 12, 15 of us to get together. Like, we can come through. I could bring my people. And now you become valuable to me because you're filling up my event now. This is going to be Pastor's message this coming Sunday. I'm telling you. Get
Pastor
3 or 4 people together, bring them to church, okay? It's going to be...
Pastor gonna be like, we need to build community in here today. We're gonna grow this community. Each 2 bring 2. That's gonna be the message.
Let's just try.
Reach one. That's your message.
Can we just try? Can you just try? Just test your own influence. Just test your own influence.
And use these events. So an event doesn't have to be a large number of people. It's 4. If y'all were together right now doing something at somebody's house, it's an event. Coffee shop, event. But let's take it a step further. Use that one event with the 4 of you, the 6 of you, the 10 of you, the 20 of you to build for the next event. We really build business from event to event. An event can be a webinar. An event can be a challenge. An event can be something in person. We're really building our business from event to event. But here's the thing. Don't gatekeep. Somebody up here said that. Don't gatekeep. You have somebody who's there. Y'all share responsibility in taking your cell phone and getting content at this event. So, little dry erase board, flip chart. You're writing out the ideas. You're taking notes on what's being talked about. When it's your turn to talk, you're drawing it out. You're mapping it out. Somebody else, one of the 4, taking content of this. You're posting it, and now people are interested in you. Oh, what was she doing? What was he doing? What are they teaching about? Maybe I can come next time. And now those 4 people turn into 8 people, turn into 12 people, turn into 16. Not only that, the group, the audience that you're looking to attract, that you're looking to be an authority over, that you're looking to say, hey, I can help you do a thing. They see you helping these 4, 6, 10, 12 people do that thing. You're mapping it out. You're drawing it out. You're not worried about overly produced content. It's just you, your cell phone, and the 3 people that's in the room with you, and you're mapping it out. Now we're talking about showing our work. Now when people are saying, hey, do you have proof? Well, it started right here in this room full of 4 people. I have evidence. I have content of me teaching. I put that on the internet. What do you think that's going to do? More people are going to want to connect and be a part of that room, a part of that mastermind. But then you got customers now. Oh, she does know what she's talking about. He does know what he's talking about. Other people are here. You know when you're going on social media and you're looking to do business with somebody and we're scrolling through the page now because that's our validation step, that's our due diligence. And I don't know about you, but I go onto these pages and I'm looking for people who appear to know you in real life. And I'm looking for the comments that they're leaving to see if I can trust this person, if this person is a good, credible person with integrity. You're establishing yourself as an authority. You're establishing yourself as someone with integrity because other people are in that room with you and you're teaching them something. They're taking notes. Don't take for granted the value in small beginnings.
For sure. Here's another hack, and we can write this down. It's called community infiltration. I made it up myself. Community infiltration.
Spell infiltration for the people who can't.
We don't have time.
Come on, I'll help you. I
know how to say it. you know how to say something. You know how to, like
sound it
spell
out.
diaspora. Never mind.
Wait, they're over there like, she over there like, girl, did she just put him on the spot to spell that real quick?
And I put him on the spot. Spell diaspora. Just playing. All right, so this is something that really, really helped me, guys. It's something that really helped me. I found other communities and became a part of the other communities. If you're not ready to build your own community, that simply means you need to join one. There are communities here. Here's what's crazy. I have a bigger group. I have a bigger community in Chicago than a lot of you in Chicago. I just had breakfast with our morning meetup group in Chicago this morning. Didn't we have breakfast? We had a good time? It wasn't no like public display or nothing like that. It was like we get together. When I say I'm in Chicago, I take my community to breakfast. The cities that I go to, I just pay for their breakfast. But you could be a part of that community. This is the sales pitch of morning meetup. Okay, let me just try this real quick. So we got a group that we meet every single morning. Okay,
sit down.
We do though. But it's a group of us, like hundreds of people are on a call every single morning. But what happens is, this isn't a promotion for me and my community. The people that were at that breakfast now can build their own community. There's a group out in Florida, my homie Tamika. It's not that I said, hey, y'all that's in this community, y'all should do something together in Florida. A young lady said, yo, who all in this community is in Florida? And they got this own little group chat together. I went out there, it was like 20 of them that got together, but they get together every single month. So it's one person that was in the community that started gathering people out of the community to create their own. Got it? Can y'all think of it? Yes? Yes. Hold on, pass that mic back. May take a little bit. Do y'all know any communities here that you can be a part of? Anybody? You know? You got some? Okay. Go for it. What you got?
So I'm from Baltimore. We don't have a community.
What?
We don't have.
You don't have communities in Baltimore?
No, we don't. Like, it's just everybody do their own thing. It's
everybody?
Not like everybody. I promise you. In that little small city.
I think Ronnie Brown might disagree with that out
Ronnie
there, right?
gonna disagree with that.
I think
is he from Baltimore?
She is.
Yes.
With a huge community.
Well, yeah, I'm no community. Like,
well,
I'm just
it's
being
just
honest.
to dispel. It's not everybody.
Okay, right. So I would love to join a community because I think out the box. Like, I want to have a nonprofit and I want to do a lot of things. But like I own a lab, so that's just kind of new. Like, nobody really does that in Baltimore.
Real quick, you really believe there's no group of people that come together in Baltimore.
I'm being honest. I really believe that. I would love to see it. I would love to be in it.
All right, so wherever you're watching this video, in the comments right now, if you are in Baltimore and you are interested in building an entrepreneurship community, or you know of one, right now we want you to drop it in the comments on wherever you're watching this video.
Let me ask you, because you live there though, right?
I do.
Are you confident in your answer?
I am.
Okay. Bet. Okay. Let's make a bet. If I can find an entrepreneurial community, if I can find one in Baltimore, you give me 1,000. If I cannot, give me 24 hours. If I cannot find it, I'll give you 1,000.
Okay.
But if I can find it, you give me 1,000.
Okay.
Okay, great. You got 1,000 in your Cash App?
I don't use Cash App. I can Zelle you.
You got Zelle? Okay, don't Zelle it to me. Let's Zelle it to
me.
Okay. I'm gonna Zelle Donni at the end of this. Okay. I'm telling you, this is a bad bet.
I mean,
I'm just warning you.
I know it's
just
a
so
bad
y'all
bet.
know, I'm not taking advantage of her, right?
No.
I'm not taking advantage.
What I will say is, I know that you're going to find somebody, but this is the thing.
Yes.
You got to pay for information. So what I want you to do is give it to me. If you're not going to give it to me, I don't mind
No, of
giving
course I'm gonna give it to you because I want my money.
That's what I'm saying. The point that I'm making is the reason that I'm giving the $1,000 because I know you're going to find one. It's not a problem. I know you're going to find one, but I want to know.
Good.
I find you a big community for 1,500. Going once. big community over here. Going once.
So here's the thing. I just want to know. I want you to notice what happened. You say there's no community. I say I'm going to find one. You said I'll give you the 1,000 because I know you're going to find one, which means
that I can find one.
You can. We just got to change the question.
So where can I
find a community in Baltimore?
Yes, where can I
The
find
first
a community
thing,
in
the first thing we need to do is ask people on Facebook.
Ask people on
You
Facebook.
can go to Eventbrite in your city, find social meetups. First off, there are, if you're telling me the club is a community, if you don't know it.
I don't go to the club.
You don't go to the club, but it's a community, right? What I'm saying is there's a church there, ain't it? What I'm saying is if that's something that you really want, you have to know that there's a group of people doing it. And if by some chance that there's not, that means you found a gap in the market.
Right.
Because we can't, if it's not there, you can't truly believe that there's not other people just like you that were wishing, oh my gosh, I wish we could get together with some other people in a positive light. You know that to be true.
Yeah, you're right.
So we need to find it. I'm telling you, listen, if you grab this mic and go against something I say, I'm going to prove you wrong, period. Just know that for the rest of this scenario. Give her a round of applause, though, because we're going to find a community in Baltimore.
Thank you.
You put it up. Dottie just put it up. Baltimore, are there any entrepreneurship communities in your city? I want to plug some entrepreneurs ASAP.
It's that easy. I literally just put that on my Instagram.
For sure, it's there. That's what I'm saying, y'all. It's there. Whatever you believe to be true is probably wrong in somebody else's eyes.
Y'all know most.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Now, I was gonna ask this question. If someone came to you and said, and let's say it's 15, 20 years ago, said there are going to be remote control cars that don't take gas and are going to drive themselves, you would say impossible. Nobody's about to get no car that drives itself.
Only on the Jetsons.
Only on the Jetsons. But you know who didn't hear that it's impossible? Somebody forgot to tell him. In his head, he says, oh, battery, car, we can make it. Run it. There's no community. Somebody says, oh, just a few people. I know some other entrepreneurs. Let's get together. There's no podcasting community. So I called a bunch of podcasters one day and said, hey, let's get together for lunch. And we all went to Olive Garden, and it was 10 of us. The next month, I said, yo, let's get these podcasters together. I'm like, yo, if you know any podcasters, tell them to come through. We're going to have a little meetup. the next time it was 20 of us. There will probably be 40 the next time I do it. Because I know if there's a gap, if it's not there, somebody's got to create it, and I'm going to be the one. Go. Sorry.
I forgot what I was about to say, but the next thought that I was thinking about is, in all seriousness, the level of your success is always going to be congruent with the level of your belief. And so if you believe a thing that's limiting, then you will always be limited in that area, right? And we have to refuse to believe these lies. The ceiling that you're thinking is your ceiling right now will one day become your floor. One day, you want to make $100,000. There were several of you who had never done that before. And you're going to get to $100,000 in revenue, and you're going to realize, my ceiling is now my floor. And then you're going to want to make $500,000, and you're going to get there one day, and you're going to say, this is now my floor. And then it'll go on and on and on and on and on. But you have to become very aware of your own limiting beliefs. Somebody complete this statement for me. Money doesn't grow on. What is money made of? Paper comes from? Okay. But we're quick to say when our children want something, money doesn't grow on. We're lying to them. We're teaching them a very limited belief. So I never taught my daughter that money didn't grow on trees. I've always shown her if there was something that I could not financially access today, I'll just go make more money. Trees are being planted every day. There's always more money. In my house, money absolutely grows on trees. Finish this saying for me. If it looks too... Say it again. If it looks too good to be true, it probably isn't. Well, would you rather it look hard? Does that make it more believable for you? Does it looking hard make it more believable for you? Sometimes it is actually very simple. Sometimes the answer is as simple as calling 4 people in my phone to put an event together. But somebody would say, girl, if that looks too good to be true, well, does your success have to look hard? You realize there are people who are just doing things the first time around. Like everybody's journey doesn't include like these ups and these lows. Everybody doesn't have that in their journey. And you don't have to have it be a part of yours either. But what are you believing that is a limited belief? And so one of the exercises that I did maybe 5 or 6 years ago when I started to have to watch my mouth. I had to watch my mouth because I said a whole lot of nasty stuff out of my mouth. And I'm not talking about calling people 5-letter B words. I'm talking about nasty stuff that was limiting my ability to create the future that I wanted to create for myself. We say we want to become 7-figure income earners, 6-figure income earners, but we're afraid to invest in ourselves. We say that we want to build community and have a group of people around us, but we don't need to come to events. We say these ridiculous things. Now, I had this journal. It was called Believe Bigger. It was my Believe Bigger journal, and this changed my life. Every single time I recognized I thought or spoke a limiting belief, I would write it down in my journal. But I would immediately write the counter belief that actually was true. So, for example, money doesn't grow on trees, or I don't have the money to do that. The answer is always go make more money. If it looks too good to be true, no, I would like for it to look easy. Everything doesn't have to be, I believe it's too hard, I can't do it, nobody in my area. I believe in my ability to figure it out. I need a team before I can do X, Y, and Z. Again, I believe in my ability to figure it out. And so now when challenges come upon me, like in my own company, I'm not afraid of losing team. I'd be disappointed to lose somebody. I'd be disappointed because of the relationship that we've built and the vision that I have for my team. But if I lost someone on my team, the business still businesses. It's still going to grow. It's still going to, why? Because I believe in my ability to figure it out. And based on my ability to figure it out, I've now attracted people who can help me figure it out, but it will not stop. So if you are somebody in this room that's saying, I can't do an event because I can't launch this new offer because the people, Nobody's buying. Take nobody and everybody out of your vocabulary immediately, because 100% of the time it doesn't apply.
Facts. Give her a round of applause, y'all. We're about to jump into Q&A. Okay? We're going to jump into like some Q&A. We're going to take some questions. Y'all enjoying yourself so far? Yeah. We got some realizations, some moments. Why don't you tell them? You loud. Okay.
Check your text message.
I'm going to do this. Let me do this. Okay. First off, okay, we're about to like put some more chairs on here. We need y'all to... First of all,
can we end social proof?
Only Chicago music, bro. I want some Common. I want some Lupe.
Like,
you feel
can
me?
We end our podcast
Give me a little
segment?
dirt. Give me a little dirt. Oh, real quick. So we didn't record the Welcome to Another Edition of Social Proof. We did. We said it, but we didn't record it.
Oh, okay. So we got to do that real quick.
We got to do that again, okay? Same energy? Yeah. Same energy? Okay, cool. You ready?
Welcome to another episode of Social Proof Podcast. We are live from Chicago.
Dang, y'all in the building. Okay.
Hey.
All right. It is going down.
Are we ready to get this thing started?
Oh, absolutely. Donnie, what would you like to talk about?
Let's see, David.
We'll cut it right there. All right, so listen, do me a favor. 3 exchanges. Social media. Let's start with social media. I don't want nobody coming to get your number. 3 followers in the next 3 minutes, because we're about to just transition real quick, okay? 3. Can you connect with 3? Do you see 3 people that you don't know? Yeah. Okay, you got 3 minutes to fix it, okay? You ready? What we got? DJ.
Hey, ho. You ain't check your text messages, bro.
Because I'm working.
Okay,
we're going to check.
Fair enough.
We're going to check the text, and we're going to close out social proof.
Jesus Christ.
We got a couple of links to drop.
Okay.
All right.
So
what did it say? Let's read it.
It just says, try to rap by 8:45.
It's 8:46.
When we will come up when y'all finish and announce it and transition, we'll make for a better vibe.
She not reading the whole text message.
She's
not reading the whole text message, okay?
Is it this too?
That's the main. What's the first one?
Update. We are cutting Q&A, and instead we'll have a networking hour. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
With what?
During this time, we're going to do some wine sampling.
Okay.
It'll take place in the bar outside, and we will have passed
Appetizers.
This is supposed to be in our group chat, y'all.
I don't know why you read it out loud.
For all guests outside with music. We need the insert music real quick. Insert music at 9:30. We're going to transition VIP dinner and general admission. Okay, all right. We missed the music cue. If you got a little music,
why can't we do Q&A?
Here's the good news. We don't
have to. So we asked them, would y'all rather have wine and hors d'oeuvres or Q&A?
These are entrepreneurs, my friend.
These are CEOs.
Are we serious?
They're like, yo, I got wine at the crib. What you mean? What are we talking about right now?
Y'all don't want to network, get wine, and appetize, even if you're not VIP?
Whoa, wait, Carter. Is there a way that maybe we can solicit the assistance?
Hungry.
Can we do hors d'oeuvres
Can we
and
get
Q&A
Deja, Bree, and Kay and Antoinette to help us?
All right, with the wine. I need wine. Like, calm down.
No.
Drink here.
No.
Okay.
So, how about this?
Make some noise if you'd rather have the 4 of us up here for Q&A for the next 30 minutes. Make some noise.
Let them say it the way they want to say it, though.
Make some noise if you rather network, talk to us one-to-one while we amongst the crowd with the wine and the apps for the 30 minutes. Okay.
Nah,
that was equal.
The first option was
that second one was not as strong.
So the only thing is, okay. If y'all
first off, anything you can say to Donni, you can say to my friends. Say it with your chest.
So what I said was that wasn't fair to the people who invested at VIP.
VIP still gets the whole dinner.
They get the whole dinner.
A whole dinner.
Hold on. Let's think about this real quick. Hold on, for real. Keep the cameras rolling.
Sometimes you got to figure this out.
Wow.
Let's figure this out.
Wow. Okay.
We had general admission tickets.
Yeah,
we did.
They had an opportunity to invest to get the one-on-one conversation.
Okay.
Okay. Which is
But we sold
why
out.
we did sell out, but we sold out today of VIP.
Okay.
Now, we've been marketing this for months.
Yeah.
Now, the Q&A is for everybody. You still get the opportunity to have your question answered. It's just not one-on-one. That's the whole point of the VIP. In my mind, if I'm sitting VIP and everybody gets one-on-one, I feel away.
Well, they get one-on-one for 20 minutes. But we got a whole dinner outside.
We could have answered like 4 questions though.
I mean,
we'll do 4.
Okay, so we'll do 10 minutes of Q&A. Then we'll go to the break.
Done with that?
Okay.
All right.
10 minutes
cool.
Q&A.
All right, do it. We only got to bring new chairs.
No, we can stand up.
I just feel like,
Yeah.
can we get 15 minutes of Q&A?
No.
Well,
Here's the thing. No. You just say the 10 and you just do the 15. It's all good.
Right, because I want you to know why I think that.
No, you taking the
Because the
you
general
taking the
admission
10.
still
You
needs to get
taking
their
away from the
questions.
10.
Cut the mic off at 10. Cut the mics off at 10.
I'm looking out for y'all.
Let's do it.
I mean, if I was general admission, I wouldn't be mad at some wine and appetizers that I ain't paid for.
But y'all still gonna
And
get it.
VIP getting that
Y'all
plus
still gonna
dinner.
get it.
You still gonna get a whole dinner.
All right, let's get a few. Okay.
Okay.
Not a time. Let's get 4 questions.
Different
Do we have
strokes.
a mic? Do we have a
Different
mic?
strokes for different folks.
4 questions.
4.
Is there
My first question. Let me get
You
from
get him to walk
somebody who traveled from a long way.
Yeah, who came from a long way?
Y'all good?
Arizona.
Come on, Arizona.
I have a question.
Come on, Arizona.
Unless you don't have a question. Okay, got you.
See, she get it.
Okay, raise your hand if you have a question.
She
Raise
said she
your hand if you
both.
have a question. Okay, right
Is
there.
there more mics?
Let me get a mic. Do we have a
Do we
mic
have a
there?
mic?
There you go.
No, we need the mic.
We need the mic, baby.
My man said, I want wine.
Pass that to her, please.
Who was that over there?
Somebody
Yo,
is
the wine.
stressed.
Hey, now when y'all get kicked out after this Q&A, don't blame me.
Blame
Melon
me.
and Money trying to give y'all.
Okay.
Melon and Money trying to upgrade. Somebody say upgrade. Melon and Money trying to upgrade y'all.
Okay, what you got?
Hey, you know, what can I do?
Hi, y'all. I'm so excited for this. But what questions are we not asking, or at least can you answer a question that we have not asked, or you haven't been asked, and we need to ask?
I got you.
Thank you.
I got you. It's not that it's a question that you don't. The reason you don't have a question is because you're either not working on something or you don't have a direction. Everybody that's working on something, it's something that I can't figure out that you need to ask a question about. But it's just a clear indication sometimes. If you can't think of a question, it means you don't have a project that you're working on.
I do, though.
So what you got to do is, before you come to any of it, you need to decide what you need to know. Don't just come just to come. There's a couple of things that I need to know. And sometimes the answer don't got to come from the panel. The answer can come from, I'm trying to figure out how do I, when somebody buys something, an email and a text automatically goes to their phone. How do I figure that out? If that's something that you're working on and can't figure it out, you'll find yourself having conversations and you talk to somebody, I do marketing. Oh, you do marketing. How do you get, when somebody buys something, it goes to the email and a text. How do you set that up? They're like, oh, no problem, got you, boom, boom, boom. The only reason you'll get the answer is because you're looking for it. So if you are not working on anything, you're probably not gonna have any questions. Or you're too arrogant or ego-driven to want to ask somebody and tell somebody that you don't know. It's only a few reasons why you wouldn't have a question.
Okay, good. All right.
That's actually probably the best.
That's good.
Thanks. Give me a round of applause then.
Yeah. Hey, we need somebody on our team on the mic. Kay, can you help out with the mic and move it pretty quick?
So my name is Sean. Thank you guys. This is great. My question is, as an entrepreneur, when you have a business that's successful, but it's not your passion, is it a time to walk away? Does that make sense?
Man, that's a good one.
Because I'm doing something and I'm just doing it, and it's successful, but will there be a long-term success if I keep doing it and there's no passion behind it?
That's a great question.
That's actually phenomenal.
That's
we
a great question.
don't run into people who build businesses So my answer is simple. I would find somebody who's passionate about running it, pay them to run it, and keep an equity percentage in that business so you still get paid without you having to be around.
I can't multitask. All right, so I think that was a great answer. I think the only thing I would add to that is there are plenty of boring businesses that people own but don't run, right? We have to detach ourselves from the idea of running the business and understand that we can own the business as an asset, right? Private equity is one of the greatest cash flow producing assets that exist, right? So can you put yourself in a position to work harder said, where I can put the infrastructure in place, I still own it, but I can go do something that I'm passionate about, right? And then the other thing too is sometimes we just gotta ask ourselves like, okay, well, am I passionate about living life or am I passionate about running a business, right? And sometimes like, if you can put a business in place that you own, you might not be passionate about it, but you can set it up in a way where you can be passionate about the life that you live. I think that's also a good deal too. So those are things I would think about. I wouldn't be so gung-ho on like this idea of like live your like your business has to be your passion. I mean, if the stars align, great, that's cool, but it's not a prerequisite if you set it up the right way.
Next question, right here.
All right, what's up? So I was listening to your episode with Wall Street Trapper, and so I have a podcast myself, and I remember one of the things he said was about not having questions lined up because that sort of takes away from the actual conversation of it. So what are some tips you have to become better at communicating or just having a conversation when it comes to podcasting?
Really good question. Just being curious. Just being curious. You got to somehow forget that it's a podcast or people are, you're recording, and just be genuinely interested in the person. So sometimes, like I want to go in a certain direction with my interviews, but it just don't go in that direction because I'm not entertaining people. I'm having a conversation. So it's really hard to not prepare and just do that. Okay, it's hard to just be curious and keep the conversation going. It's a whole skill set. It's also really hard to prepare. Like to be able to prepare questions that don't seem like prepared questions. That's another skill set. Either way, however you want to do it, if you want to lean on questions or you want to do it freestyle, you're going to have to practice it. Make sense? So I'm interviewing, when I'm at a restaurant, I'm interviewing the server. Maybe it's not interviewing like I do on the podcast, but I'm asking questions because I'm genuinely interested in the owner of this business, Kim, for one, it's like she owns the building. She was telling me how she bought out her family. She was telling me how it went from, she ran a restaurant for a little while and then turned into an event space because the restaurant, it's a lot of expenses. Event space, I give y'all the space, you make money. And she's going through the whole dynamic. How do I know that much about her? I'm curious in another human being. I'm asking about the floors. I said, those floors are dope. So she started telling me how she's from, I want to say, is it Thailand? Thailand, maybe. Not Thai, maybe Thai. But like those floors are like Thai tiles, or it's another place. It's another place. But those are the tiles, and she stained them. And like, it was like I'm asking her mad questions, not because I'm about to get a bunch of views, but I'm interested in people, especially entrepreneurs. So that's what you see on the podcast.
We have time for one more question if we have a quick answer. Someone, where's the mic? Hold it up if you have the mic.
I ain't got no questions. They ready for that wine.
Where's the mic? Where's the mic? Hold it up. Let's get it.
So I represent the group of people who are 9-to-5ers. Work a regular 9-to-5. It's at a startup, but I work a 9-to-5. And
9-to-5, round of applause.
Hey.
Make you feel good, right?
And same deal. I'm curious. And so what if I don't want to start a business, but I want to maybe invest in what you're doing and kind of see some.
Get that a round of applause.
Hey!
We are actually accepting investors.
We're 100%
We actually, if we were thinking about it out loud, because they're not hearing us right now, we have a building and we got this concept and we need about $1 million.
For sure. I asked George and Carter for $600,000.
And
they act like
We didn't see a business plan yet.
They
act like they got to hurry up and get to the airport. I said, okay, you're off my investors list.
Okay.
All I asked for was a bit. Did I not text you the next day? I said, this is an amazing business idea. I'm super proud of y'all.
You did, but you didn't ask me for a business plan.
Because I already asked him, but I didn't want to court.
George's my financial advisor, so.
I forgot your question, bro. I was good. Oh, but he just want to invest in entrepreneurs. Okay, I got you. Anybody got a really good idea that he can invest in? No, that he can invest in. Y'all ain't got no business that somebody can invest in?
Wow. Y'all hate money.
Wow. He might got a couple dollars. You got some?
Yeah, the wine. There's a wine company right there.
Oh,
hey, George, aren't you?
That is a great segue. So,
hold on, you're an investor in that?
Yeah.
The wine company?
I see now.
This is all making sense. If y'all had told us.
Making sense.
Y'all can't read the lines. Y'all can't read in between the lines for shit.
No.
Jesus Christ.
Y'all had just said something.
Okay, so that's a great segue.
Everybody gets wine.
That's a great segue. So Mom Juice, which everybody, if hopefully the logistics work out, everybody will get a chance to sample the wine. Phenomenal company. The two owners are here. Make sure you connect with them, right? So they actually just launched a crowdfunding campaign, and you have the opportunity to be able to invest in it, right? So there's details on that if those who are interested, but ultimately you get to sample the product to see if you think it's good or not, right?
Yeah.
And they can tell you the brand story, tell you what it's all about, but they were gracious enough to fly to Chicago, have everybody sample the wine, and everybody, whether you're general admission or VIP or not, you'll get a chance to
Just own it,
try
bro. You'll
and
own
you
it.
get a
Just
chance.
say it, bro. Just say it.
You'll get a chance to
Just
invest.
say it. You'll own it.
Yeah.
I am
Just
investing
say,
in the company.
yeah.
But I wouldn't. But if I didn't believe in the company, if I didn't believe in the company, it wouldn't be.
So DJ, can you play that so we can
Hold
go
on,
break?
real quick. Complete answer. I did
Go.
you to invest in, but I can't give you the strategy here. But study mergers and acquisitions
Big facts.
because you want to make sure that the terms work for you, and you're not just investing in a company that will never take off. So really do some deep diving on mergers and acquisitions.
All right, can we give this event a round of applause, y'all?
Yeah.
DJ, can you please play some music so we can get this party started? And it's early tonight. There we go. Jesus.
Okay, we did it.
That's your choice?
Who is this?
Hey,
What is
I
this?
didn't. DJ.
That's not Twister.
Chance? Okay, Chance.
Okay, we'll take Chance.
Okay, Chance.
He did say Chicago.
I meant something on the radio.
But I didn't know this. I didn't know this shit. This is that.